alternate between chat and we're going to alternate and go to the phone lines. The phone lines are already busy. If you're trying to get through, please just keep calling 607-282-4497. You ready to go to the phones, Rebecca?
Absolutely.
Okay, this is, let me see here. I've got to find my, okay. This is, looks like Sun in Los Angeles. Hey, Sun, welcome to the program with Rebecca. Are you there, Sun?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to the show.
Hi. How are you?
Hi. How are you? Well, very quickly, what I can tell you is that you are stepping up what appears to be 2 steps. You're about the second step up, and they're kind of squishy when you step on them. The steps move, and you hesitate a little bit. Holy cow! I thought somebody was right behind me. I don't know, there's something in my house. Okay, so I'm sorry, back to where I was. So you are stepping on these stairs, and they are squishy when you step on them, which represents uncertainty. They're also they're brown, so it's represented grounding. And it's basically telling me to tell you, don't hesitate, don't back up, keep on moving forward. It seems like this is something that you have been opened to several times as an opportunity, and you have turned it down. And it might just be the fact that maybe you don't think that you're capable of climbing these stairs, but these stairs wouldn't be presented to you as a joke or something harmful. So continue climbing the stairs. And you're almost to the top. So basically, it's just you deciding to actually do it.
Thank you. Any messages for my loved ones?
Usually, if there's a message that comes through from someone who's passed over, they come through right away. When it comes to people who are passed over, unless they come through on their own, I do not seek them out, only because I have to cross dimensions for them. And that can be exhausting. So if they come through right away, I'm more than willing to talk with them forever. It's just on such a short minute, I definitely can't seek them out. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, though. I'm sorry. I'd like to give you more.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you, son. We'll talk to you later.
Yes, son. Thank you for calling in. Let's do one more phone call here, Rebecca, and then you can jump through the chat. This is Haley in Virginia. Hi, Haley. Welcome to the program with Rebecca Foster.
Hi. Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
Hi. I don't know what's going on, but this whole basement is like blowing up. There's things all around me, and it's so crazy. I'll get into that in a minute. But Haley, for you, the one thing that they're showing, and this is really strange, but what they're showing you doing is like you're holding a fork. Now, everything I see is symbolic, so it has a meaning to it. But they show you holding a fork, and you're standing like almost in front of a light socket, okay? So forks have a purpose, for one. You can eat with it, you can dig with it, you can comb your hair with it. There's a lot of things you can do with it, but you don't want to stick it in an electrical socket. So it might, it's basically what they're saying is you have resources around you right now that are good for many things. They are good for, the resources that you have are good for obtaining and pursuing what you want to do. However, it's like they're saying be cautious with these resources. Respect the resources. So for instance, the people involved, respect them in the way that you know that this is the type of person you're dealing with here and this is what they're capable of. So it really comes down to respecting everything around you right now, understanding what it's capable of, and moving forward properly in a cautious, gingerly way, if that makes sense. You don't want to just jump into something with someone who usually backs out of a deal at the last minute. That's not that sort of a thing. So with that, it feels like it's work related, and it feels almost as where it's career. So, if you're going to be making any form of personal investment, make sure you know who you're dealing with. That's really your message right now.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rebecca.
You're welcome, Haley.
Thanks for the call, Haley. The number is 607-282-4497. The phone lines are currently busy, so you need to keep trying, but Rebecca's going to jump into the chat here, which is accompanies this live broadcast in Facebook, and do a reading or two there. Rebecca, go ahead and do that.
Yeah. Okay. So Missy Walden Heap. I'm sorry if I sabotage anybody's names. Missy, it seems as if what you are dealing with when your question about sleeping and demons and crosses, obviously you've got something going on in your daily life that, and it may be just, and not, I don't even want to say daily life, something that's going on in your life that I would assume that you see like 1111s from what you're also describing, and triple numbers, triple digits, 111333 might even be more specific to what you're dealing with. And the fact that you're dreaming of this tells me that something is attached to you and you are subconsciously picking up on it at night. And when your subconscious is shut down. So obviously you've got something that is that your soul is aware of around you, but you may be you may have no idea during the day. So I would open up to what your guides are telling you. I would open up to your faith. And I would also open up to, oh my gosh, to what is happening around you. Kind of like right now. It's like everything just came alive. It's the craziest thing ever. And it explains a lot. It's kind of like, did you guys I wonder if the camera picked that up. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. So I forget your name, but hopefully you remember who I was talking to. Let me see. These things fly through so fast. So Michael Floyd from Charlotte, North Carolina, I'm going to read you really quickly. So Michael, the first thing that they're showing for you is that you are, you're actually walking through what looks to be about ankle deep water, and you are carrying with you, well, not carrying, I'm sorry. Behind you, you're dragging with a rope. You are dragging this little wooden boat big enough for you to kind of sit down and pull your legs up in. And it's darker. It's almost like you are trying to find your way back to solid ground. And at some point you went out to seek out opportunities to improve your life, make things better. And at the same time, you came to the conclusion that either the water was too rough or whoever it was that you were out there meeting, let's say, or trying to pursue these positive things with, it ended up that it just wasn't the right direction for you. And sometimes we get these urges, and it's funny, it's like we know what we're supposed to do, we just do them too quickly, or we do them ahead of time, and then we have to kind of abandon ship. So now you're walking through this ankle deep water. It represents you trying to piece things back together and make things more, make things solid again. And you're good. I mean, you're basically, you just have to continue trekking forward. The fact that you're in the water just tells me that you're going through turmoil, personal turmoil. I can't talk. Turmoil. And you are in control, really. You're choosing to do this. So, yeah. Interesting. But I think you're okay. And I forgot, I'm not talking to anybody. They're on the thing here. So.
Yeah, they can't answer you and they can type in the chat thing, but they can't speak back to you. Yeah. But our next phone caller will be able to. We're going to go to Iowa for Patty. Hi, Patty. Welcome. You're on with Rebecca.
Well, thank you. Hello.
Hi, Patty. How are you? Don't answer that. Okay, so Patty, for you, when I read for people too, I kind of pick them up while I'm doing this and I drop them on their beach. So then their guides will take them exactly where they need to go for me to see clearly, to see things clearly. And so as I put you down here, the first thing, and it's funny because I try to drop you on your beach, but instead you kind of pull yourself over away from the water, up the beach towards the forested area. So the forested area, you're standing outside of it and you're kind of just standing there and you're like looking at it and you're like, and you're just looking at the forested area. You're really not sure if you want to go in there. This area is something that you go alone, and it represents the fact that you would be personally dealing with something or having to go it alone. And it's like you're like, I'm not sure if I want to do this. I don't know if I want to go this alone right now. But you almost are looking compelled, like you are drawn to that. When somebody goes through this, it's like they're being squeezed. The path is really, it's a tight path. It's where spirit is basically saying it's time for you to shed all of this and to grow. And you know, some people go through this path crawling on their hands and knees and struggling with depression or sadness or healing, trying to improve themselves, trying to help the situation, gain understanding. It can be a very dark time for people. And you look like you want to do it, but at the same time, you're like, I think I have to wait. Like you want to go through it, but I feel like I have to wait. It's weird. And it's funny because as I'm reading for you, I'm like starting to get the shakes. So your energy, you must have a bit of anxiety as well going on because I'm feeling it, which I don't want to feel it.
I don't either.
Yeah. So I think you're ready for transition. I almost said transmission. You're ready for transition, but you're not ready for it. So there's things going on around you that are not going to allow you to go through it yet.
Ooh. Okay.
Thank you for the call, Patty, from Iowa. Let's go to Missy in Tennessee. Hi, Missy. You're on with Rebecca Foster.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Missy. Okay, so for you, what your guides are showing is that you're on the water and you are right near you're not on the water. I'm sorry. You're on your beach and you're right near the water. And you have this really beautiful suit on. You've got this like beautiful lipsticky pink, bubblegum pink skirt on, excuse me. And a beautiful like jacket that goes with it. It's very fitted and it just looks very classy. Your hair is done. Your nails are done. You have a pearl bracelet around your right wrist. And you are looking out into the water and you are like, you're taking these heels off. You're getting ready to get in the water and you don't care how nice the outfit is. Okay. So what this is telling me, don't just jump in the water. Something is urging you or calling you, the feeling of like, I've got to do this. I've got to do it for me. I've got to make this change. I got to make this move. Basically what it's saying is that you've got, well, something with the shoes. Okay, so first off with the shoes mean that somebody or something external to you is holding you back. So you would say, I want to do that. I want to do it, but I can't but you would say it with like a twang with your voice. So it's, I want to do it, but I can't. So that's kind of how I hear your twang. So you look like you're fired up and you're like, I'm going in. I am taking my shoes off and you are jumping in the water. But the advice to you is this. You have the wherewithal, the knowledge, the experience to just stand back, take those shoes off, prepare yourself spiritually, mentally, get your boat, fill it with wine, cheese, blankets, pillows, everything you need, and then go out on the water. But do not make a rash decision based on what you're feeling right now. Make sure you plan this and you use your intelligence to make these positive changes. So don't just jump into the water right now. You'll be sorry because you'll end up having to go back to your beach, get your boat, eat some crow. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So just use that charm that you have, that intelligence, and then make a really wise decision in time. So I hope that helps you out.
Oh, yes, very much so.
Excellent.
Good.
Have a great night.
Thank you, Missy. We appreciate the phone call. Okay, this is what we're doing. We're taking phone calls at 607-282-4497. The lines are very, very busy, so if you're not getting through, it's not surprising, but keep trying. But Rebecca is also watching the comment section of the live Facebook video, and she's pulling names and doing readings there. So, Rebecca, why don't you go ahead and jump in the comment section and grab a name out of there?
Okay. Well, somebody in here asked, and it flew up, so I don't know who it was, but she asked, who saved my life? And as soon as the name flew up and I read that comment, I can tell you that this is the first thing that I see when you're there is it looks almost as if you are, the way that you're hanging, you're like falling forward and this energy, this light behind you just like grabs you from behind, grabs your shirt, kind of like when I pick people up. It grabs your shirt and kind of pulls you back and out. And it's funny because you're like this and all of a sudden you go, like your hair and everything just flies forward. They're trying to show that you were pulled out, pulled back. And so it almost gives me the sense too that not only physically were you pulled out of something, but your energy was pulled back into your body. And it almost makes me feel like my heart is stopping or I'm not breathing. I feel like I hit a point where everything snapped right back into place. So I don't know who you were. I'm sorry. I saw you flip by, but that was what came through for you. So you'll have to let me know who that was. Carla Driscoll Cugley, from your husband who just passed away. Okay, so Carla, the first thing that I am seeing is it feels like a light bulb or a light in a closet. And so I'm not sure if this light bulb just went out or if it's going out or if he's messing with this, but it's almost as if he wants me to get the point across of the lights in the closet and in the bathroom, and how he would keep you awake. I don't know if it was getting up to go to the bathroom or if it was getting ready in the bathroom, but he's commenting about still doing this, and possibly affecting the electrical in these things from when he would get ready for work or come home, and he, excuse me, he would disturb you. So Carla, that was for you, but he is around you and he's talking about something about your nails too. Like he's saying like cut your nails or that you just had your nails done, but it feels more like clipping or cutting fingernails. I don't know why he's making me say that, but I can do one more here. Let's do Jen Webb. She's very curious here. So Jen, the first thing that I see for you is that you are in a car, in a convertible, and I love that. It's kind of like a Thelma and Louise kind of crazy thing, but not all the way, okay? And you are on, all they're keeping me focused in on is you in this car driving. You got your arm on the side of the car. It's really quiet, strangely quiet, and your hair is blowing. You have this just, there's no music on, nothing. This represents one, the freedom that just want to get up and go. But the fact that you're fully clothed, well, in my visions, you could be naked, okay? However, you are clothing, it all has meaning. And your shoes are more like work boots. So this represents the desire for freedom, but saying, I want to go do this. I want to. However, I am totally stuck in this situation. I want to make this happen, but I can't. And so I would say definitely pay attention to your heart and your soul and where you're being called, because I think that there's an opportunity you might regret missing. So that is for you. I will let you talk, JB.
Okay. You need a little bit of. You still have that stuff going on behind you there? Is it you still getting? No.
It was strange because it was the cat doors right here, and it sounded like the cat door kept swinging. So I kept turning around, and then there was something right here, and then something went across in front of me, and then something over here. It's like, it was crazy, and it's ceased now. But today has been really wonky, where I've really felt like there's been something around me that is trying to create discord, and it's messing with my computer. And the angrier I get at my computer, the it has fun.
Yeah. All right. So again, a couple things going on here. We're doing readings in the comments section of the Facebook Live broadcast, and we're also alternating to the phone lines. The phone number is 607-282-4497, and we're going to go to the phones right now. We've got Amy in Florida. Amy, I sure hope you're out of the path of that hurricane. Are you safe and sound and dry where you are?
Yes, sir.
Good. That's good news. All right. Well, you're on with Rebecca.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi. Okay. So the one thing that they're showing you doing now, this is really strange, but you are on your beach, which is great. What it basically means is right now you're in control of situations. Like you can decide how things go, and you're on your beach, you're in jeans, you're in a long sleeve shirt, you got a t-shirt underneath, and you're wearing snowshoes on the beach, which is so funny because of course it's sand. Excuse me. When I read for people, I swallow air. So I burp the whole time, which is fine, but I will be polite and I will not belch. So you are walking away from the water. You have no care in the world about the water. You're not worried about issues or problems. You are not a person who worries or frets unless it's in your face. Okay. So you are and you're paying really close. Like you're walking and you're lifting your feet and you're walking as you go, making sure you don't trip and fall. So you're very conscious of the way you're going right now. The main thing here, again, like I've said, shoes of any kind represent the feeling of being held back. But this is not something that is happening currently within your life. It's something that is happening because of what has already happened. And you are carrying a huge burden with you that it feels like it could be not only so heavy, but depressing. Now, the thing I also pick up is that whatever has happened, a death or a loss of something, of some kind that's happened, that this thing is on your back, kind of weighing you down. And when that happens, when something tragic or something sad happens and we react to it, if we can't pick ourselves up fast enough, these darker things will come along and be like, dude, she's down. Let's keep her down. And so you'll start to hear that wonky talk in your ear that tells you that you're crazy, you're stupid, you're ugly, you're fat, you have dimples in the wrong places, just all these nasty things. And so what you need to do is you need to find a way to stand up straight. You need to take those snowshoes off. You need to forgive yourself. You need to let go of things that you had no control over, especially when you were younger. And you need to let go of those things. And you also need to shut your ears to people and ideas that do not lift you up positively and get rid of them. Like, bye-bye, later, get rid of them. It's so important. I think you will be so much happier.
Include depression?
I'm sorry?
Would that include depression?
Well, yes. Like when things happen, regardless of if it has to do with whatever that you are sad about, depressed about, those things will cling to that. The darker things will be like, she's down. Let's keep her down. Let's upload some sadness, depression, self-loathing, and a little bit of hatred, and let's watch what happens. And they kind of just like sit back and wait to see what the person's going to do. Now, they don't want you to succeed. That's part of the issue with depression, is because we're already down. We're already feeling like we're sad. But then those things that we hear come across as our own voices. And so people sit back and really think to themselves, I don't like me. I don't belong here. I'm stupid. I'm fat. Nobody loves me. And it's not us thinking that. God does not put that stuff in our heads. That is the darker angel, the darker things that are trying to be like, we're going to win. We're going to win this. Keep them down. Defeat them so that we take, so that they leave. We don't want them here. So you have to stand up straight. You have to stand up straight, and you have to tell them,
it's not my personal depression. It's someone that's really close to me.
Okay. Then if that's the case, then you have to tell that person. You have to be a messenger, and you have to help them. You have to help them.
Amy, thank you for the phone call. Let's take another phone call, then we'll go back to the comments section on Facebook. This is Mary. Mary's in Ohio. Hey, Mary, welcome to the program.
Hi. Thank you for taking my call. It's Mary Grace.
Hi, Mary. Okay, so Mary, for you, it's funny because the first thing that they do when I see your energy is I have to almost look up, and they kind of open the whole celestial thing for me, like a planetarium, and the whole ceiling opens up, and all of a sudden I'm looking up and I can see the Milky Way and all the stars, and I'm standing next to your energy, and you said, "Isn't home beautiful?" So that tells me right there, first of all, I've never seen it before. Like, you're the first person in 32 years that I have seen this happen for, so you are special. But then also,
now, what did you say?
It tells me
that what is beautiful?
I'm sorry.
You said the sky opens. What did you say?
When I stand next to you, the ceiling, you open up the ceiling, and all of a sudden I see the Milky Way. And I can see all the different stars, okay? And I'd said I've never seen anything like that before. Okay, so what that means is that hold on a second, I just lost my train of thought. I had to go back to your vision so I can see what I'm talking about here. First of all, your faith is very strong, and it also means that you're very connected. And so I'm not sure if you realize the impact that you have on people, and that it's not just going to church, and it's not just being religious or having a belief. It is how you interact with people and what you share with them. And so that is something deeper that you might want to delve into if you're not fully aware of your ability to connect. you should probably ask for that and, just say a few prayers for wisdom and discernment and the ability to hear the messages that you're supposed to pass on. But it's really cool. It's very cool.
That's great. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for calling in, Mary
you.
Grace. Yes, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to continue doing readings. Rebecca's going to now jump into the Facebook comments, which you have to be kind of patient because the comments fly by, don't they, Rebecca? They just kind of scroll so fast, it's hard to keep up with them.
They do. Okay, so I have this person, Sarah Ramsbottom from Canada. Okay, so Sarah, the one thing that I pick up for you is that, well, I see a couple of things. One, that you are going through a change right now that involves like a veil. And so when your guides put a veil over you, it's basically saying that you're in the middle of something that we don't want to give Rebecca all the information to give it to you because we want you to learn to trust your own decisions. And the thing is, you already do trust your own decisions, but you're wrestling right now because you can't decide if it's a human or a spiritual thing that you're doing right. So you're going, am I doing this right? Am I doing this correct? And so you do want to please spirit. Like you are trying to make the right decisions. You don't want to do anything that is outside of the correct decision. So you're wrestling. One of the ways to help you decide what you're doing, and I'll point this out to you because I would love to put you like on top of a mountain so that you can have some solace, like relive a past life as a mountain man, because you probably were a philosopher. And that's also where you have issue because you get inside your head so much and you overthink things and then you contemplate them and you overjudge and blah, blah, blah. So your mind can go nuts on you. So the one thing I'll tell you and is just basically, if it's a positive choice for you, if it is going to lift you up, make you wiser, smarter, improve your situation, improve who you are, you have to consider this is probably a good choice. The hard part is people go, but what if somebody gets hurt? So if somebody gets hurt along the way, what you have to ask yourself is, have I given that person enough chances to follow with me? Have I given that person enough time to catch up? And if you have already done that and you find that there is no movement in your direction or there is no change in the situation, then you probably there's nothing else that you can do there. But I just feel looking at if they're going to give me this real quickly before I move on, it looks like you are probably going to end up moving forward and exploring a bit of your life alone before any other things happen with the people around you catching up. So I hope that helps you if I didn't just confuse the bejesus out of you. So hopefully that'll help you. I keep waiting for people to go, oh, thank you, but there's nobody there. Ashley Slaughter, the message for you is there is a doorway already open. Stop standing in it and trying to figure out where to go. The door is there. It's open. You've pushed it open at some point and walked back into the round room. Now it's time for you to walk through it. And so you already know which way to go. And God doesn't put doorways in front of you and be like, nah, you don't have to. He puts them there because he knows we should probably walk through them at some point. If we don't, it's our own error. So walk through the door. You have to cut me off when I'm...
Okay, let's go to a phone line. Yeah, let's do a phone line. We've had a lot of people waiting on hold here. This is Lisa in Connecticut. Hi, Lisa. Welcome to the program.
Hi.
You're on with Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Hi, Lisa. Okay, so, girl, you have such a gentle energy, and you are so caring about, what am I doing? You are so caring about how others feel. You walk into a room, you inspect, you check people out. You're kind of a bit of a wallflower. You're not super outgoing. You're very conscious of the people around you and how they feel about things. And so when I'm watching you, it's like, I want to, You check to make sure, is everybody okay? Do you need something to drink? Are you okay? It's like they're in your living room, and of course you're a great hostess. So do you need something to drink? Do you need something? Everybody's okay. But you like stand there nervous, waiting like, how do I keep these people happy? Make sure you also ask yourself that question. I think that from what I'm looking at, when to take care of yourself, that when to pull back and enjoy a book or sit in a corner and just read or mind your own, just contemplate. But gosh, I guess it's not bad. It's just making sure that you are not being taken for granted from the people around you. And, I can't say anything negative about it. I really can't. It's just watching it, knowing that you're making so many concessions in your life to keep other people happy. It's about time that you get in that boat and go check some stuff out. It's funny. And as I'm saying it, your energy's like, nope, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm going to stay right here on the beach. I'm going to keep doing what I got to do. So it's interesting. And usually when I talk to people, their energy will react a certain way, and yours is reacting and by saying, no, I'm okay, I'm good right here. So there is this thing like a contentment at the same time. Don't justify. It's
right on. I always felt that the main thing about me has always been that I find joy in other people's happiness. It's where my joy lies. So that's probably why I'm doing that.
Right. And what I was about to say is don't justify giving up something that you need or want based on keeping other people happy. Like, I'm making them happy, so I don't need to do that. But you do. You are an individual here with their own destiny and life to live as well. So make sure you're fitting yourself in there as well. Like asking yourself, like, what do I need today? I think I need a huge ice cream cone. And go have an ice cream cone. So yeah, you're just a very gentle, loving soul. You are. So make sure you're doing it for yourself too.
Thank you, Rebecca.
You're very welcome. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks for calling, Lisa. This is Kim. Kim is in Pennsylvania. Hi, Kim. Welcome to the program with Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Kim. How are you? Don't answer that. Okay. So Kim, this looks like you. It's funny because the first thing they show as a symbolic thing, and hey, I will laugh if this is legit, like real, but the first thing they're showing is that you are walking like 5 puppies at a time. Now imagine, and they're big dogs. So imagine walking 5 crazy puppies that are big dogs all at the same time. And they're all on leashes running in front of you, and you are like running and you're laughing, like you're having a good time doing it. You have an amazing ability. See, and it's funny. This is how this all ties in. This is how crazy this is. Because the next thing they show is as you're being dragged down the sidewalk, you're laughing at this. I would love to put you like in a position behind a bar or someplace where everybody comes, hairdressers, somebody where people come in and they sit along the bar and they tell you all their problems. And you have this ability, you have this nature where people are wanting to talk to you. They want to sit down and share their problems and have coffee around the table or sit and share things with you because you are one of those souls that God has placed here to improve others' lives, and they don't even know that he's using you to get to them. And so you're just like, you need to like suck it up.
All right. So Rebecca got cut off, so it's going to take just a second for us to get her back here. And while we do that, I'm going to give you the phone number again. It's 607-282-4497. What's that?
She was like spot on.
Yeah. Hey, Kim, you're going to have to hang on for me, okay? Because Rebecca got cut off, so I've got to reconnect with her. Just hang on right there. We'll get her back. Don't go anywhere, anyone. We're going to get her back on the line here and continue with what we're doing. We're doing live readings with Rebecca Foster, broadcasting them on Facebook Live. Be sure to go by the Facebook pages for both me and Rebecca. That way you get notified when we do these live broadcasts, which we do every week or so, at least every other week, sometimes once a week. But the bottom line is, if you like the pages, you will get notified when we're doing them. So please go to my page, which is at JVJ Paranormal, or you can also find me just by doing JV Johnson. And go to Rebecca's page, too. It's God's Reader on
I'm
Facebook.
Back. Can you
Yes,
hear me?
there you are. Okay. Boy, that was a little bit scary. You just completely disappeared. And given the stuff that you were dealing with, I thought maybe you got abducted into a different plane or dimension or something. No, you
Don't
didn't?
talk like that.
I'm sorry. It was abrupt. You just disappeared.
Yeah, that is scary.
Okay,
I can't even see myself.
I still have. Let's see. This is Kim from Pennsylvania. On, you were in the middle of her reading. I do have to do some refreshing here on the technology side of it since we lost you and brought you back. So go ahead and finish with Kim, and I'll work on this stuff.
Yeah, no problem. So basically, what they were saying was that you just have this amazing ability to work with people. So it's really a gift, and I hope that part of the message is that you get confirmation as to why the heck am I even here? What am I doing here? I'm constantly helping troubled souls. And so that would let you know that this is why. And the thing about it too, this is not only for you, but for everybody listening, that God's Spirit doesn't use perfect souls to help his other children. He just doesn't. Because if you're perfect, the person sitting next to you is going to be like, how are you going to help me? You've never done anything. You were born with a silver spoon in your mouth. You've had all money all your life. You've been perfect. You've never lived this way. So he takes some of his children and puts them through an early education. And so they go on helping him while they're here in disguise. And people don't even realize that you're like helping them or saving them or changing their life that day. And so that's what's so cool. So, and he takes sinners. He takes bad people, the worst people. He takes people who swear. He takes people who commit crimes, and he uses them seriously. He uses them to make a difference in others' lives. So it's really cool. It's very cool.
All right.
Are you still? Yeah.
Kim, are you still there?
Oh, yes, I am.
Perfect.
All right,
Excellent.
well, thank you for calling in. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take a very, very short break here while I reconnect with Rebecca so we can get the video back, and then we'll come back and we'll continue with these readings. Again, it's Readings with Rebecca. It's a special Facebook Live broadcast edition. I'm JV Johnson. Thanks so much for tagging along with us here. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back here, and I think we've got video now. Is the video working here? Let's see here. Are we working? Yes, we're working. There we are. Okay. Yeah, for some reason, Rebecca, when we disconnected there, all my settings went to something weird, and I had to reset them. But we're all good now. Let's go to Cindy, who's in North Carolina. Hey, Cindy, welcome. You're on with Rebecca Foster.
Hey, Rebecca. How are you?
I'm good. Cindy, first of all, a big thing for you is education. I am hearing that you are either in school or you should be back in school. And the thing is they're showing it on different levels, which means like master's, doctoral levels. So I would first of all tell you not to stop your education until you have gone as far as you can educationally. It just feels like this is part of your experience while you're here, part of who you're supposed to meet. And I also feel like it involves travel. So with that education will probably come bigger opportunities that you are meant to do. I feel like, too, that part of the decision to do these things will come when you are feeling less tied to where you are now. Somehow there's like a cutting of cords of people and situations around you that will allow you to feel like, you know what, I can do this now. I can make this happen in my life because so-and-so is no longer here, or we broke up, or whatever the case may be. But there feels like whatever would be holding you back from obtaining those things will change in the near future. So don't be disheartened or sad or upset or boo-hoo, because it's all meant to be. Like, I see big things for you. Have you ever considered like medical field before?
That's so funny. I work in the medical field.
Okay. I don't think you should stop. I really think that if that's where you're at, that you need to continue up forward. Like, I just feel like I see you vaccinating, or I see you making changes for people. And I feel like it's for a greater good. So don't stop. Keep going.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for thank you for the call, Cindy. Why don't we go ahead, Rebecca, and take somebody out of the comments section and give them a reading. I know we've got somebody. I'm just going to plug for Kristen McGowan Duncan, who has been very, very aggressive and very, very patient trying to get a reading in here.
Holy cow! How did you know I read? Seriously, wait, JV, how did you know on break that I went and read her?
I didn't. I had no idea.
Dude,
really?
I did, Kristen, but she's on my screen right now. I was replying to her. I told her I saw a pregnancy for her when I was cut out.
Wow.
What the heck? Are you psychic or something? That's no joke.
No, that's really? All your vibes just kind of, helping me out there.
Look, I just got so hot. Okay, seriously. She flipped up and I went, oh, pregnancy. And I found her again while you were trying to get me back on board. I was like, I see a pregnancy. And then that is so weird.
That is weird. That is really weird. Wow. We should take this show on the road.
Right? That is so. You sure you didn't see me type her a message?
I had no idea. Yeah, that's crazy.
I know. I'm not watching the chat. I just go through and grab somebody. Nicole Orozco. So what? I'm going to read her really quickly too.
Okay.
There is going to be changes in your career path that you are pursuing, and it looks like it's for the better, but you may be going, holy cow, this is not what I intended. This is not what I planned. I didn't mean for my life to go this way. So this is a blessing or an anchor in disguise. So an anchor being something that's going to help keep you on track where you're meant to go, where you might have actually been thinking you were going the right way, feeling like you were going the right way, and all of a sudden something is like, you know what? Okay, Nicole has to be here by Thursday, so make it happen. And boom, okay, things change in your life unexpectedly. So this tells me that this is meant to be, it's supposed to happen, and it may throw your world up in the air, but it's a huge anchor blessing. It's going to keep you grounded. And back to Kristen really quick, what I was vibing was, and I typed it in, was I see a pregnancy around you. And the one thing that they said was, this is something that's been decided or having been decided for a long time. Like, this is something that is taking some time, that is everything kind of falling into place. And people don't realize that souls will wait until things fall into place according to what they need to learn. So this is just really funny. It's so funny that, but it's definitely, and it looks like a little boy. This looks like a little boy. And I have to tell you too, that he's shoved. So when I see spirits above before they're born, they're like on a chute. That's what I call it, is the chutes. There's this little old lady who usually takes care of them unless they're with family who have passed over. And he comes down the chute first, and he's pushed by a little girl. So there's also a little girl up there who is kind of mentoring him and helping him to get ready to come down. So she shoved him down the stairs, or the chute down the stairs. Now, so I would say he would be either conceived or coming within the year. So it's very awesome.
Was that all for Kristen?
Yeah, that was back for her.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's do one more in the comments room, and then we'll take another phone call or two. We're going to run out of time here pretty quickly. We can only do this till about 10:30 tonight Eastern.
Yes. Okay, Shelly Brannigan Olive. I've seen your message a few times on here. I remember the olive part. So Shelly Brannigan Olive. When I see you, you are out on the water, but you're not exactly in the water. It looks like you're standing on a sandbar. So you're basically in this much water. I don't know how you got out there, girl, but you're out there. I'm assuming you at some point had a boat or something. I'm hoping. But either, the way I'm seeing it, the only way for you to get back to your beach is you're going to end up having to get in the water and swimming. This tells me that even Jesus knew when to stop helping. He knew when to walk away, to rest, to do his thing. And this is what they're saying. You've got to do this too. This almost looks like tough love. Almost like you're going to have to be like, you know what? I came out here to help you. You wouldn't have gone out in the water by yourself for just for yourself. Most people don't do that. This is at some point you went out to help someone else. This looks male energy. And you're out there alone, which means your help was not either wanted or it was rebutted. Either way, you're going to have to get back to the beach, which means you're going to end up having to find a way back, usually through the water. And that tells me that you're going to have a time where you're going to have a difficult period dealing with whatever loss that you have to endure. And you can't be down on yourself. You can't be guilty. You can't nothing. This is a time where you just have to keep your head up out of the water and swim as fast as you can and then let it go. So I hope that makes sense to you. Let's see.
Let's go to the phone lines, Rebecca.
Okay.
Let's go to Venus. Venus is in Pennsylvania. Hey, Venus, welcome to the program. You're on with Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Venus. Okay. So for you, it's really funny. I've never seen this before either, but I do love it. You are standing in like a raincoat with little galoshes on, and you've got this huge umbrella that comes down around you, and then it's raining. Now, any kind of water, represents worries and problems. And you're out playing in the water. Like, you're fully garbed up for the rain. And you've got this big umbrella, and you're standing there, like, looking at me, like, you have this little devilish smile on your face, like you're up to no good. You are doing naughty things right now out in the water. So there's this kind of devil may care attitude where you are possibly putting yourself into a predicament or a position, kind of daring, fate or destiny to see what's going to happen. So basically, if you put it this way, this is probably not your case, but I'm going to put it like, if you don't want to have a baby, don't do the deed. Okay. Don't be unprotected. Don't do that. That kind of a thing. Don't get involved in something when there is a possible outcome that you definitely don't want, just to see what's going to happen. Don't put yourself in a bad neighborhood at midnight and stand on a corner with your money in your hand. You don't do certain things. Don't put yourself in predicaments right now that are going to possibly end up bad for you. So, as you know, I don't know the way to put it. It's just, you have this really spontaneous soul, but you also have this energy that's basically like, what am I going to be able to do to get away with? You kind of put yourself out there, pull yourself back in, do things smart right now. Be really smart. Don't take chances with your own well-being right now. Don't take chances with it. Make sure everything that you do is rationally thought out and considered and is smart for you. And if you hear anything that is bad or negative, like, don't throw bologna on a police officer's windshield when he drives by just because you think it's a funny Frisbee. I don't know anybody who's ever done that. Okay.
Wow.
You don't do stuff like that and then run and hide in a school park.
Now, wait, was Venus the one that you said was doing something naughty in the water?
Yes.
And you told her not to do the deed, and you told her not to throw bologna on a policeman's car. Venus, I don't know, but I
love the water. I am at the beach constantly, or I'm always by the water.
Well, don't do the deed, okay? That's all we're saying right now. Thanks.
Well, you gotta wrap that rascal if you don't want the bubby.
Oh,
okay,
boy, this has become a completely different kind of reading. Thank you for the call, Venus. Let's go to Karen in California. Hey, Karen, you're on with Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Karen. How are you? All right.
Good.
So, Karen, for you, the really cool thing is that you're on your beach, which is good. You are not paying attention to the water at all. You are not focused at all. You could care less about the water. And actually, you're kind of like, forget the water. I'm tired of dealing with the water. I don't want to look at the water. I don't care what the water has to offer me. And you are in like a gray pantsuit. It's very beautiful. I should draw all of these outfits. I'd be like the best fashion designer because guides are awesome designers. And you've got these beautiful silver shoes, dangly earrings. Everything about you looks classic. It looks silver. Okay, so there is this classic look to you. It's very rich looking. And you are walking, well, it looks weird on the camera, but you're walking, and then up to your right, there are some steps. And at the top of the steps, there is a door that is kind of like, I can hear knocking, like, and I want to push it open, but of course I can't. So the light, the creepiest light, I hate lights like this. So the ones in the middle of the basement that you have to walk through the dark, pull the chain and turn it on. And then there's all this stuff around you. Okay. That's at the top of the stairs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the landing. So you've got 5 steps, which means you are going to be walking up these steps. When you get to the top, you're going to pull the chain. You're going to be able to see clearly, and you're going to push this door open. So this is saying that there's a pattern of growth for you right now. During the process of wearing this beautiful suit that you still are wearing these shoes. So it's almost like you're going to have a lot of juggling, a lot of balance to maintain as you are pursuing this personal growth. You're going to be balancing either family, someone who is ill or sick feels kind of like that, or someone who is elderly. And so there is this family thing and work and personal growth that you are really managing out to balance. And I don't think you can take the shoes off. So, sometimes the shoes represent a situation where a person is like, oh, I can't because my best friend's going to be upset with me and my husband's going to be angry. That's an illegitimate because. So you need to throw that out the window. However, your shoes represent a because that is legitimate, where either you have to take care of someone or you are responsible for someone else's well-being. And so you're going to have to balance and juggle, but you can do it. You're absolutely going to do this and make the steps, get to the top, pull the light switch, and walk through the door. And it feels like when you get there, there's a bit of freedom for you.
Good.
A lot of freedom.
Thank you, Karen.
Good.
Thank you for the phone call.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rebecca.
Yes,
You're
thank you.
welcome. Thank you.
Let's. This is Mary in Arkansas. Hey, Mary.
Hi.
Hi, Mary.
Hi.
Mary, when I see you, your energy, I see you actually sitting on your bed, and the light from the door, it's dark, and the light from the doorway kind of just, lets in that little view of light. And you are, you're sitting on the bed with the blanket kind of pulled up like this, and you're looking through the light. Peripherally, from my position, I see things moving about. So this tells me that either you are experiencing something legitimately around you physically in your home, or you are experiencing the feelings of those things. Now, sometimes if something comes near or attaches, or even just comes into a presence, even if it's just a loved one who is coming to say, hey, the coffee smells great, I'll have some with you this morning, it can create a feeling of anxiety. It can create a feeling of nervousness, the shakes. It might even make people feel like, I used to liken it to the feeling of hypoglycemic attacks, where my blood sugar would plummet. And I would get confused at first going, do I need sugar or do I need to say a prayer? Like, which one do I have to do here? And so I want you to pay attention to whatever gift is trying to open up for you, because 1, you're not crazy. And 2, you may feel like you're on the outside of things because you are. You don't fit into the pegs like everybody else does. So don't think just because you're different that you're not useful, or because I was there. And I think that if you allow spirit into your life, you reconnect with upstairs, you'll be able to successfully hone whatever it is that's gifted to you. So I hope that makes sense to you.
Yes, ma'am, it does.
Mary, thank you for the phone call. Go ahead and grab a name in the comments section, and then we'll finish up with a couple of phone calls here. Okay.
There was somebody here. I don't know where she went. Let's do Christine Buxell. So Christine Buxell, for you, the first thing, I walk onto your earthly path, and the first thing you do is I walk to your door, and your spirit's like, here, just take it. And you hand me like a handful of money. I've never seen anybody do that. But you stand there like, just take it. You just take the money. Because as I walk into the room, the money, finance, career room, this room is a shambles. It's like totally being redone, which means job, you're either not working right now or you are in the process of thinking, am I going to get laid off? It's that feeling right there. And when you redo a room and you're like, I'm going to clean really well, you bring everything to the center, you throw stuff out, that's what the room looks like. And when I look at the money coming in, there was a tube, it shows in tubes on the wall. And this tube where it used to be is up here, and there's a new hole in the wall that's down here. So what this represents is that you're probably going to be taking a job or going into a position where you might not be making as much money as you were before, but it is totally going to benefit you, and your like weight is coming off. Like you're going to feel so much better by this happening. It will probably also allow you to take in something else that you enjoy doing on the side, and earning money, maybe selling something that you're good at creating as well. So it just feels like you get a lot of weight lifted off of your shoulder by doing that. How much time are we done, JV, or do you want me to do another one? Or
why don't you go ahead and do one more in the comment? We'll go a few minutes over time here. Do another one in the comments. We got a couple of phone calls, and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay, Sandra Lynn Schaff. All right, so Sandra, when I get around your energy, like I wrap around people, the first thing I taste is like Laffy Taffy or cotton candy or something. Your energy is super sweet. So that's just what you smell like, I guess, is cotton candy and Laffy Taffy. And I personally love Laffy Taffy. So when I whoop around you, one, they're both sticky. They're both very, very sticky. This also means that you may not realize how you smell or the energy that you exude, but this will definitely attract people with a sweet tooth. And what I'm saying is, if you will look around you at the people that you know, you might find yourself completely swamped with drama, people who love drama. Maybe you don't like the drama, but you'll be surrounded by it. You'll also be surrounded by people who I would assume look, at your energy that you would either have lighter hair, lighter eyes. You would look more like incarnate angel to me. And so at some point you would have given up those wings to come down here, and more of these people are awakening and coming out. So the way you smell, the way you look, the type of people that hang around you suck the life out of you. I think our incarnate angel kind of explained to you why you've got so much going on around you that you're constantly having to fix for people. And maybe not even, just know when to stop. Just know, like, I've tried to help you like 5 times. You won't take my advice. So, sorry, cut my losses. You can't save everybody. It's called the Jesus complex. Some people just want to save everybody. I was like that too until I realized you can't. So I forget who that was for.
Okay, let's go to I don't know if it's Tana or is it Tana? Tana?
It's Tana.
Tana, welcome to the program. Tana's from West Virginia. You're on with Rebecca.
Tana,
thank you. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, you have 2 gentlemen coming through for you like right away. You must have been vibing or something on hold or whatever, but you've got what feels like a father figure and then someone more on an equal level who I would think would be like brother, cousin, friend. And so age-wise, and they, when I see them, their energy, when I wrap around them, it smells like hay or horses. It smells like stables or barns. It smells very natural outside. So they're trying to convey this message to me. They also want me to convey there's a K name, I think, a K, like Craig or Colleen or something with a K. And so what they're wanting me to convey too is that they're reaching out to you. This individual, these people, I guess, the spirit, they're reaching out to you through like butterflies, and I want to call like white flowers. So tiny white flowers too, not like a daisy, but little, like not baby's breath either, something in between. I'm really bad with, I should probably learn all of these different types, but a flower like the size of your eyeball, and then butterflies. Because as you're walking along, you're touching the field, which is really strange too, because you're in the field. And normally people aren't allowed in the field. This is where the spirits walk, which means at some point you may have even connected with them, or you may have even crossed over at some point in your lifetime. I don't know if you've ever stopped breathing, but you walking through this field signifies there is a connection with you with either afterlife or spirit that you've reconnected with after, like, because we forget that stuff when we're born. And somehow or another, something will occur in a person's life that reconnects them or causes them to go, oh, wait, waking up, I'm feeling it. So you've got two gentlemen, like father figure. And then I think it's like a B name too, like a Bruce or a B name.
Yeah, I've got a cousin and a grandpa passed away.
Okay, so interesting, but they're around you, very much around you. And again, I don't know what has happened around you, but you have touched the other side in this lifetime and reconnected as well. So that would also tell me you're probably very aware of the energies around you, or you at least feel them, you sense them.
I do.
Perfect.
Tina,
now you know you're not crazy.
Yeah, thank you for the phone call, Tina. All right, let's take one more phone call, and then let's do one more chat room reading, and then we're going to have to wrap it up because I have to do the other radio program tonight, too. This is Christina in Ohio. Hi, Christina.
Hello.
Hi, Christina. How are you?
Okay, how about you?
Oh, I am good, actually. I feel good now. I feel really good. I could run a mile. No, I wouldn't run a mile. I feel like I could, but I wouldn't. Christina, when I'm going to pick you up and drop you, so the first thing that your guides, the first place that you take your energy to, that your guides drop you, is the house. Now, the house represents you specifically. You are the house. When I come up onto this property, the door was open, everything, the breezes were blowing through. When I get up to the door, you kind of run up to it and you close the door. So you're a very private individual. You do not just let anybody into your life. You're very cautious and careful about who you allow in, who knows what. You're just a bit of a skeptic where it comes to people like, I wonder what they're all about. Do they have a motive? Is there an ulterior thing going on here? What's their agenda? And so you are very careful about discerning people and their characters. And again, being very private. And as I'm walking up, you're like, I can't talk right now. I've got so much to do. I've got a lot to do. And what you're referring to is the garden. So the garden represents your ability to give of yourself personally. And the garden is full of flowers. It's full of all sorts of different flowers. Now, the thing is this is basically God saying he plants this energy and this strength for you. This is where you're going to pull from when you are in hardship, when you need, and when you're on your knees. Here is what you're going to harvest from me. But then the line of flowers that are against the wall of your house are all roses, and they're not like a big rose bush. They're long stem roses, each up on its own. This represents female beauty. It represents courage, strength, femininity, but then it's got the stem that is long and hardy. It can withstand a lot of storms, and it's covered with thorns. So it's like you also have this like, I don't mean to, but I may hurt you. I don't mean to, I might. So you are also maybe misunderstood because maybe you're just very straightforward to a point where people are like, well, she's gruff. How do I take her? How do I understand her? And it may be just that you're not one to just come out and meet someone and open up and share. You're more like, I don't know about you, so we'll just get to know each other first. So just know that Spirit understands you and that you've got obviously a lot of work to do in this garden. It's pretty amazing. So you're the type of person that somebody wants in a pinch. So you're the type of person somebody wants when they're like, I don't know what to do. You're like, get out of the way. I will handle it. Jeez. So yeah, it's just funny. But hope that kind of brings a little insight to you.
Yes, definitely.
Thanks for the call, Christina. Okay, we're just about done here. Why don't you go ahead and grab somebody out of the comments section, Rebecca? Do that, and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay, so Don Dupuis. Hopefully I did not just kill your name. So Don Dupuis. What they're showing now, this hopefully is not a reality, but they show you standing in a church waiting for someone to show up, obviously the groom, and he does not show up. And you're standing in this church and there's people, and it's funny because it's like a Twilight Zone where nobody's reacting, nobody's moving. There is really no sound other than this organ playing, and you're standing there really upset. So you kind of throw your flowers down, and again, nobody else is reacting. So this is representing a silent pain or something silent that you would be going through where your trust levels and where your love of somebody is concerned. And so it also means that you're questioning your faith, and it may not involve this, but at the same time, you're saying, God, why would you allow this to happen in my life? if you care so much for me, and see, what you have to understand is the message for you tonight is that we all have free will. I have 5 kids, okay? And I, as their mother, I'm going to do my best to help them and guide them, but they all have their own free will. They're going to do stupid stuff when I am not watching. And so it is the same way that when there are people here on earth that do stupid things or hurt others, it's not God's will that they do these things. They have their own ability. He's up there going, oh my gosh, what did my kid just do? But as a parent does, they continue loving that child. There isn't a murderer in a jail that doesn't have a parent that is at home crying for them or still loving them. And so that's what I think the message for you tonight is that you're asking, how can God allow so much to happen, or this happened to me, and prove that he still loves me? Well, it's because we all have free will. He's there for us, but he doesn't move, and I'm going to leave you guys, all the listeners, with this, because I don't know why they brought me to this, but I'm going to say it. My daughter, she came to me one day, and it was a morning, and I was exhausted. I think it was a morning. And she had these little pants on she wanted me to button. And she's like, Mom, I was sitting on the floor, sitting on my knees, and she's like, Mom, will you button me up? And I was like, you come here. I am not moving. And as she was standing there, she's like leaning away. I'm like, come on, do you want me to fix your pants or not? And it dawned on me right there, and I heard laughing, and they're like, this is how God feels. Because, see, I wasn't going to move. I'm not moving. I'm right here. I'm staying right here. If you want me to button your pants, you come to me. You come to me. And so that's what a lot of people fail to do in this lifetime, is to seek him out. He doesn't move. We move away. And so I hope that answers your question, I think, to both personal things regarding yourself and your bigger questions, because it seems like you care a lot about your world and your environment and your community. So that is for you. So, all right. I don't even know who that was for. I'm sorry.
The names go by so fast. Listen, everybody, I know there are a lot of frustrated people here that really wanted to get a reading as well. But, we had at one point 200 people watching at the same time commenting, and it's just not possible to do everybody between the phone calls and the chat. So we just try to do this more often, Rebecca. That's the way we try to get to more people, right? We just do more of them.
Absolutely. I do my chat readings. People are welcome to join me on my chat readings that I do on my YouTube channel. And I read strictly from the chat. So if they get on and just say, hey, I'm new here, I try to read as many new people as possible. So they're welcome to do that as well. I do that with Friday night.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing I just want to mention, everybody who's still paying attention right now, please go to our social media sites, like them, follow them, subscribe to them, whatever it takes, so that you get notified when we do these. That allows you to get in quickly and get on the phone or whatever it happens to be. My Facebook page is just JVJ Paranormal, or it's just JV Johnson. You can find it that way too. Rebecca's is God's Reader on Facebook. If you go to YouTube, which there's a lot going on there too, mine is youtube.com/C/JV Johnson, and Rebecca's is youtube.com/C/Rebecca Foster. Right? Did I get that right?
Yes, there's so many sad people. I hate all the sad faces. I do. I really, both of us, we both want to get as many people in as possible. I know that. So, we do. But thank you for being patient, everyone, whether you're waiting on hold. I know that some calls got dropped too. We had some kind of technical thing where the phone's disconnected for a second. I don't know. Gremlins. I think you had things happening behind you, Rebecca. I had things happening in the electronics here. So I don't know. What was going on. It's just like something is messing with things. I'm getting a new computer. I'm done.
You've been struggling with that one for a while. All right, so we'll get together. Rebecca and I will figure out when we're doing this again. In the meantime, jump on our social media. You'll be alerted to things. And one more time, I will say to you that Rebecca will be appearing personally, live in person at Scaricon in upstate New York. If you're anywhere in upstate New York, it's close by. It's Scaricon.com for more information. She'll be doing gallery readings, signing autographs, taking pictures, hanging out, doing all the fun things that we're going to be doing that weekend.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. And you know what I'm going to do, too, is I'm going to have like a little raffle at the booth. So when you come up to the booth, people can throw a little raffle-y thing in there and get in for some free readings.
Oh, that's a lot of fun. Good. All right. So everybody, thank you again. Thank you so much. We appreciate you being here along with us. And that's going to do it for tonight. And we'll catch you next time.
Yes, absolutely. I will see everybody. Take as many calls as we can.